Coach John Kentera stopping by for a Tuesday visit. You can hear Coach Kentera talk Padre baseball, 97.3 The Fan. Coach, let's start in Las Vegas. The theme to this game, okay, it wasn't pretty, but it's a win.
That's being kind.
All right, so offensively, they're bending some iron a little bit.
Bending some iron. The backcourt between Hemsley and Devin Watson only went 4 for 22. Devin did end up with 19 points, doing a good job at the foul line.
But the story is this guy right here, is it not?
Jalen McDaniels played well. You know, he coming off his worst game of the year, only 5 points last week against Nevada. By far his best game in the last month, 25 and 14, and he looked really good today. I mean, he really got in there and mixed it up today.
Are we witnessing the end of his collegiate career?
I think there's a good chance of that. I do think he probably should come back for one more year. I think even if he were a high draft pick and, you know, whether it's early first, late first, he's got a lot of work to do on his game. He'd probably spend a lot of time down in the D League, I would imagine.
The other big sports story going on today, the Players' Championship taking place in just outside, about 20 miles east of Jacksonville. We go to the first round. Highlights, you much of a golf guy?
A little bit. You know, I'm pretty good through the wagon wheel and the clown's mouth.
All right, so this is considered the first major of the year. Used to be the fifth or whatever, but now they're back to their normal time slot. Phil Mickelson shot a 2-over round. We'll get to him in just a bit. The state of golf, as you see it, is are you only interested if Tiger's doing well?
No, I think right now, you know, I love watching Tiger Woods play, and I think everybody else does. That's why the TV ratings are always bigger and the crowds are bigger. But there's so many great golfers. There's never been a deeper field on the PGA Tour than we see right now. With the kids from the United States and all the great athletes from other parts of the world.
Fleetwood and Bradley, if you're scoring at home, share the first round lead. But the story, as it relates to golf, at least I guess from a local front, is Phil Mickelson. Prior to the round, he tweeted this out Thursday, admitting that he used Rick Singer's now tainted college consulting company, but insists the family did nothing wrong. They used it legitimately to help their daughter navigate the waters to get into Brown. When you read this, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking, number one, Phil's getting his thoughts out there publicly before his name were to come out. And, you know, Phil may not even know if Singer and the people that he was bribing may have changed the grade here and there or an SAT score. You know, we'll have to wait and see, because from what we understand, Paul, there are a lot of names that have not been made public yet.
Is it possible that families that cheated are going to end up tainting the families that use this guy legitimately, or assuming people did use this guy legitimately?
Unfortunately, that'll probably be the case.
All right, so I guess we'll just have to take a wait-and-see attitude there. I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash. Right now, we have the Fleet, Gulls, Sockers, Seals, Legion, and Strike Force all competing for the San Diego Sports Dollar. Right now, they're all competing against one another. Who, in your mind, has the best inroads into the San Diego community?
Well, I think, you know, I'm biased. I got to say that right from the get-go. I was a general manager of the Sockers for 6 years, and I think bringing in Landon Donovan has been absolutely fantastic. It's been fantastic, I think, already for the San Diego Soccer fans. I think it's been fantastic for the MASL. I know he's going to play some road games. It's going to help the gate at these other venues, and it's really exposed people that hadn't gone down to the Pechanga Arena to watch indoor soccer, and hopefully, I don't know how long Landon wants to play, but you know what? Even next year, if he weren't to play, there are people that came this year, they're going to see the sport, love the sport, and we're going to come back and hopefully be a regular and continue to build those crowds down there. The other great thing about the Sockers, I like to think that I was a part of it a little bit. They're fan-friendly, all the players with the crowd.
Best of the fan options, they're the most fan-friendly. Gulls are a little transient. You get to know a guy and he's gone. I think the Legion and the Seals, those sports are just too little narrow casting. People don't understand lacrosse and rugby as well.
Yeah, you know, I went to the first lacrosse game. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I haven't been to a Legion game. I have watched them on TV. I've been to a Strike Force game. I'm looking forward to getting to a Fleet game. But I'm glad that the sports fans in San Diego have some options to go out there and have some fun.
We should mention at 6:45, Landon Donovan will be joining us for yet another chat live on KUSI. Hope you tune in and have that conversation. We'll play some of your interview for Landon and see what he has to say. Big news out of baseball. Explain, what are the new rules going to be? No pitch clock, but there will be significant changes in 2019, will there not?
Well, 2019 is going to be the trading deadline. They're going to have one trading deadline. They're not going to have the two different ones, the non-waiver trading deadline. But I think really the rules that we need to talk about are 2020, where you're going to bring a pitcher in. He's going to have to face at least 3 batters. Okay,
that's going to change.
Absolutely going to change the strategy. I don't like that. Hey, baseball's been doing pretty well for 150 years, and this new commissioner, Rob Manfred, granted, I think he's got some good ideas, but he's trying to really change the complexion of the game on the field, and I don't think that's a good thing.
That'll change the roster, because that guy, the lefty in the bullpen or the right-handed bat in the dugout, those guys are going to find themselves not getting called as frequently.
Well, that's the other thing, Paul. They're going to go, according to what I read today, along with Tony Clark from the Major League Baseball Players Association, in 2020, they'll probably go to a 26th player, and they may limit how many pitchers can be on the actual roster. So, stay tuned. And that 20-second pitch clock, they've experimented with it in spring training. It's not going to come in, as far as we know, for 2019, but don't think it may not show up in 2020.
It's messing with the genetics of the sport. It was supposed to be the timeless option compared to all these other sports with a clock. And now if you start putting a clock on baseball, you change it forever.
Well, I think the games have got to get a little bit quicker. I know they're going to go to the TV commercials down to 2 minutes, but some of these pitchers out there, they get the ball and they're hatching it. Okay, you got to throw the ball.
All right. Coach, tonight on the ASR, we'll have 4 prep stops, plus Maddie will have a story on a lacrosse museum that is in a gentleman's garage, and Brandon Stone will be talking with Cam Kelly of the Fleet. So it's a loaded show tonight, 10:45 on the ASR. 5 p.m. news has concluded. The KOSI News at 6 p.m. now begins.